I'm taking a year off work, shutting down the computer and locking the office. Leaving Wagga, my home of many years. Travelling Asia to discover, learn, to test, reflect and to relax. This is my journey. This is 52 weeks. Today is the last day of my mandated self-isolation, day 14. I'm just having a bit of a trim. Tomorrow I'm going to need to go out. I've got to go out and get some medication and pick up some stuff for when I start work in a couple of weeks. So have to go out tomorrow. Doing a bit of a spruce up. Got a few things to do today. Like checking to see if the car will start. Perfect. Okay, so I'm ready to go for tomorrow. And other things like that. So yeah, so it's a little bit of activity for me today, just kind of sprucing up and getting ready and all that sort of stuff. But today's day 14. Let me take you back to the beginning. The door is closed. The door's closed. And so now I've got 14 days isolation. G'day. So today is the first day of my 14-day isolation period. Must admit it's been a short day for me because I slept in. After doing the travel I was pretty tired, so I hit bed and didn't get up until just before lunch. So just thank you to my friends. I had a couple of friends who made sure I had supplies in the house before I came back, so I didn't have to starve to death. So that was very nice of them. Thank you, Ross and Jackie. You might be regretting your decision later, but we'll see. You let me know. And thank you to all of the other people who, my other friends who have offered to drop off food and all that sort of stuff. I'm actually okay. I've got food here now. I've spent the day sorting out my life. Had to ring banks and tell them that I was back earlier than I had notified them I'd be back, so that I can use my credit cards and things like that. I'm setting up my communications and hopefully be able to watch some of my DVDs tonight and over the next 13 days. So I've been setting that up and just packing things away from the trip and sorting stuff out like that. So it's been a pretty full day. Yeah, I'm still a bit sad about having to leave Thailand, not just because I like being in Thailand, but because I have lots of friends over there, and you know, I hope they're okay, and I hope they're looking after themselves. I know some of them are on Facebook, and I'm keeping in touch with them on Facebook, and they're doing okay. There are a couple of others who, you know, at the bar I used to frequent, who I hadn't got to see before I leave, apart from very short kind of hello as I streaked by one day, because the bar has been, well, when I say streaked, I was fully clothed, but dashed was probably a better word. But as I dashed by the bar, they were doing some work. They've been renovating the bar since just before Christmas, so I hadn't got to spend a bit of time with them, and I hadn't had a chance to have a good conversation with them before I left. So I hope they're okay. The bars are just closing down, so they'll be just finishing the renovations in time to close down for who knows how long. So I hope they don't do it too hard, and that they have some resources put aside. But I'll try and catch up with them via email or something and see how they're going. But anyway, that's the first day. It's I haven't filmed much, just this summary, because I've just been kind of poking about trying to get my life in order. Everything's okay for me, feeling okay, and I have had a couple of nice meals. Thank you once again, Ross and Jackie. And I have lots of friends who are saying to me, look, if you need something dropped off, we'll drop it off to you. We'll probably shout at each other through the door and say hello. But yeah, it's all okay. I sent a Facebook post out to my friends, let them know I was home and safe. You know, now I'm going to settle in and maybe watch some telly or just relax for the evening and see what tomorrow holds. So you might end up with 14 days of me talking at you. Lucky you. G'day, it's day 2 of my isolation period. I must say I haven't been busting a gut at this point in time. I have plenty to do. I've just been kind of lounging around in the mornings and then spending a bit of time trying to organise my life. Arranged for some deliveries of food from various places. Lots of my friends have offered to go and grab food for me and bring it back, but I don't want to kind of put them into too much bother about using up their resources to feed me. And whilst I've got some local businesses that I can support and some local jobs that I can support, I'm happy to, you know, be home waiting for my food to be delivered by a business and then pull it in when the van drives away. So that's all going pretty well. I've been keeping up with the news, figuring out what's going on. Just noticed that flights out of Thailand are being cancelled as of the 27th, so I made it out of Thailand with a few days to spare before Thai Airways shut down at least, and I suspect there's nobody much going to be flying in and out of Thailand if Thai Airways is not doing it. But yeah, it's going well so far. I'm still feeling okay, so that's good news. And found some stuff in my cupboard today, so I'm actually going to make myself a pizza for dinner. Just making some pizza dough now in the bread maker that my mum gave me a while ago, so that's very handy. Yeah, so there were a few things, some flour and stuff in the cupboard. Sorry, just pay attention so I don't spill flour everywhere. Probably should have taken that out, I'd forgotten. A long time since I've used it, I haven't been here for a year. So, yeah, it's all going pretty well. Got some flour and some yeast in the cupboard, so I thought I'd use it up. And a little bit of tinned salmon, which I can put on the pizza as well. So that'll be quite tasty, be a nice treat tonight. Yeah, so everything is going nicely. What are we going? 7. Oh, that's a problem. I'm going to have to figure that out and come back to you. Look at that. I've been on holiday for far too long, and I just decided because the button was red I'd press it, but I have to select first. So there we go. And the dough is underway. Cheers. Okay, it's looking good. I think that's just about right. Give it a bit more time, of course. The machine knows what to do. I had some Christmas wine in storage, and I had some leftover stuff in the pantry and some cheese that friends brought in for me and some leftover pasta sauce from last night's dinner. So homemade pizza for dinner tonight. Over the last couple of days I've just been pottering around inside the house I haven't got outside at all. I'm kind of lucky because I've got my backyard, which means I can go outside. If I was in an apartment it would be more difficult, but I can go outside. So tomorrow or the next day, depending on how I'm feeling, I might get out and start reclaiming my vegetable garden after a year, and start getting some preparations done so I can do some seed planting and stuff. I've got some seeds left over, so we'll see how they go. But tonight I'm going to enjoy my pizza, I'm going to enjoy a wine, and then I'm going to go and watch the news and maybe a movie after that. So all I can say is isolation, so far so good. Well, as it turns out, I didn't get out into the garden today. I lounged around in the morning and listened to the radio and checked a few emails and things like that. By the time I started thinking about doing something today, it got close to the time window slot for my delivery of food. So I arranged to have some food delivered from the supermarket yesterday. I got priority delivery because I'm in isolation, so I organised that, and there's some stuff in there which I don't want to leave sitting on the doorstep for too long because it will go off. So I decided to stay inside. I've been doing a bit of video editing and a little bit of writing. So it's been not too bad a day today. I must say, time's passing all right. Had a phone call from a friend today who said he'd be going up the wall if he was shut in, but for me it hasn't been too much of a problem. I haven't even resorted to reading yet. There's a whole stack of books behind me that I've read once already, so if I get stuck in here for years, there's some of them I wouldn't mind attacking again, and I've got a pile of books that I haven't read anyway, so plenty of stuff to read if I get bored. And I haven't even left the house yet, and it doesn't look like I will do so today, apart from opening the front door to pick up the food. So so far so good, as they say, or as I say. I think I've said that repeatedly. I might think of a different way of ending. I'll catch you later. Okay, the food delivery has arrived. Didn't get everything I wanted. Some things were out of stock. Got some fresh veggies though. Got some peanuts and some treats for myself. Bit of tinned fruit. So one of the things that arrived with my groceries yesterday was some washing powder for my clothes. So today I'm going to do some washing. It's almost a brand new experience for me. Well, almost. Because in Thailand I've been having my laundry done by somebody else. But anyway, I better do some washing. Before I went away, I was actually using this little ball, which was a kind of an ecologically sound way. It was keeping my clothes clean, seemed to be working pretty well. Didn't get that kind of laundry powder smell, but the clothes were clean, unless I made a right mess of them and spilt some bolognese sauce on it or something, which required a bit more work. But with the concerns about making sure the virus is eliminated, thought I'd better put some washing powder in the wash for a little while at least. It might be a while. They sent me a big box. So anyway, laundry today, so I will get outdoors into the backyard, even if it's only to the washing line. But maybe later today I'll also get out into the veggie garden and start reclaiming it. I know I've promised you that before. We'll see what happens. that's the garden. It's a bit of a mess, I'm afraid. So I think the plan will be that we'll take it one bed at a time, just work our way through it. And I say we because I know you're going to be here with me doing all of the labour while I sit back and have a cup of tea or a beer and watch. However, I think I might leave it till tomorrow to start though. Something to look forward to. G'day, it's Sunday, day 5 of self-isolation, and I can tell you that it is possible to procrastinate even whilst you're in enforced isolation. It takes a little bit of discipline, but you can manage it. You may have noticed I still haven't got out into the garden. It's Sunday, so I've been lounging around in bed today. It's early afternoon. I've had some breakfast at lunchtime, and you know, the weather is fine at the moment. They're predicting that there's going to be some rain this afternoon or tonight, so I used that to convince myself to not start the garden. I've been hanging around and listening to the radio. I was listening to news channels for a while, but got sick of lots of coverage of the virus. You know, you can overload yourself with that if you want to, but it has been making me think about my friends here in Australia and overseas, and particularly some of my friends in Thailand. I've been keeping an eye on what's going on over there as best I can. It's kind of relatively easy to get the global situation. My friends in Chiang Mai, as far as I can tell, Chiang Mai is not a coronavirus hotspot at the moment, which I guess is good for me given that's where I've been spending my time since January. And good for them too, I hope. But many of them are in the hospitality business, so they're all shut down, and so I'm wondering how they're going. But I'll keep trying to keep an eye on it, and if I can get in touch with them, I'll say g'day. Yeah, so yeah, just been having a relaxed day today. I brought in the washing because they were forecasting rain, and I didn't want to do a final rinse. But yeah, so today has been a pretty relaxed day. Day 5, feeling good. Plenty of food in the house still, so I'm not down to try to catch mice to it, so that's a good thing. I must admit, I was checking my my activity tracker on my phone. I go like that because here it is sitting right next to me, and my activity has diminished greatly, so I haven't been able to get out for a walk, obviously, because I'm in isolation. So I'll be looking forward to doing that, assuming I'm allowed to do that in 10 odd days if they haven't changed the rules and started barricading us into our houses. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to getting out and having a bit of a walk around and getting a bit of exercise. So that's it for today. I guess I'll catch you tomorrow at some stage. You never know. I might get into the garden, but don't hold out too much hopes. As I say, I am procrastinating about it. You saw it yesterday. It was a right mess. So it's not like it's just going to be a quick dig over and plant some seeds. It's going to be a full recovery mission. So maybe I'll let the rain loosen the soil a bit or dampen the soil or soften the soil overnight and maybe get into it tomorrow, but we'll see. I promise you I'm going to stop talking about it now. So I won't, if you don't see me in the garden, just assume I haven't got there. But if you do, my procrastination has ended and I've gone into activity. Alright, I'll catch you soon. For me it'll be tomorrow, for you it'll probably be just a few seconds, just like that. Thanks. G'day, just had a box of supplies delivered, so everything's fine. I'm not starving at all. I had the supplies brought in by my friends before I arrived and had some stuff delivered, so that's good. I grabbed some bread, some bacon. This is a very big pack of bacon, but strangely enough it was cheaper than buying it in small lots. Got some chicken fillets and some eggs. I have a few luxuries here. I've got some green tomato pickles. I've got some feta cheese, so next pizza I make might have some feta on it. And some Parmesan cheese and some Swiss cheese, and got myself some olives. You never know, might have a martini tonight. Who knows? Life in isolation is terrible for me. And got myself a nice treat. I got myself a lasagna, which I'll be having for dinner tonight. So I'm going to pack this stuff away and maybe think about eating some of it. You never know. Well, g'day and cheers. It's the end of day 6 with my self-isolation. Going well so far. Good news is from what I've been reading about incubation periods and stuff like that, if people have COVID-19, most of them start to show symptoms by the end of day 6. So good news is no symptoms yet. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to show symptoms. I could be not normal, which I've certainly been accused of before. So still got a few days to go yet for the self-isolation period, but so far so good. I'm just relaxing. I bought myself a treat this morning when I did the delivery shopping. I got my lasagna ready to go. You can tell it's been in the oven. And I've opened up a bottle of wine, so it's going to be a good day tomorrow, I'm sure. We had a bit of rain last night and yesterday, so that was good. It was nice to hear. I was listening to it on the roof. Yeah, but anyway, there we go. Day 6 of self-isolation and no madder than usual. So I'll see you around. Bye. Cheers. Time for afternoon tea. Whoa, still a bit hot. So today I've done some baking and some planting. Made some oat and honey slices. That's what it ended up looking like. Not bad. Very basic, but not bad. So you would have seen yesterday I reclaimed one of my vegetable beds, so we're going to have to wait until the garbage comes and takes away my green waste bin, because it's a little full, as you might see. But I have been doing some planting today. I had some old seeds lying about, so we'll see how it goes. The seeds might be a bit old. Some of them were okay, but some of them might have been a bit old, and it is getting towards the colder months, so I tried to pick things that were a bit weather resistant. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll have a bit of a warm April, and that I'll get the seeds underway, and hopefully I'll get some produce out of my garden. The second bed, as I say, is going to have to wait. It's still overgrown. It's got some galangal in it. See, this bed was my my Thai spices and things, so it's got some galangal and some lemongrass, which looks like it's given up the ghost, and a couple of other things, but the galangal looks like it's survived, so might have to be a bit more careful with that one. But we'll have some afternoon tea, and then it's supposed to be raining over the next couple of days, so the garden should get a bit of water, and then we will see how we go. Clearing up, I found some of the citrus trees I planted. One of them's got some fruit on it. Not sure what sort of fruit yet, because, well, I've forgotten what order I planted them. I planted lemon, lime, orange and mandarin. I suspect it's probably a lemon, but I'll know when it goes yellow if it lasts that long, so we'll see how that goes as well. Well, that's another day. We had a bit of rain last night and this morning, so hopefully the veggie garden's ticking over, but today mostly is just a relaxed day for me. Well, it's day 10, and I can tell you that there are still signs of civilization. My rubbish was collected last night or this morning, so civilization does exist, which means that I have the green waste bin is ready to go, so I can start work on the second bed and recovering that, and then maybe on to the third. I was going to start just now, but the skies are overcast, thunderstorms are predicted, and it has just started to rain. So I'll be doing some stuff inside, I guess, and maybe the second bed can wait till tomorrow. So the plan then is, given that it's raining, that I'll do some maybe some editing today. Just had a bacon and egg roll for lunch. Train roaring by, so civilization still is intact. Yeah, so I'll keep myself amused indoors today, and tomorrow maybe I'll get out into the garden and start on the recovering the second veggie bed. But we'll see what happens with the weather. It's planned to, or predicted to, rain for a couple of days, so might not be until Sunday. We've had a bit of rain, a bit more rain overnight. The sun is popping in and out of clouds at the moment. We've got rain predicted, but I thought whilst I had a few moments I'd make a start on recovering the second veggie patch. So going to have a crack at that today. It's a bit of galangal in there, so I'll kind of work my way around it. We are heading into winter, so the galangal will probably freeze die from the cold weather and go back to ground level, but we'll give it as much time as possible to store some stuff in the roots. So that's what I'm going to do this morning, or late this morning. Slept in, had breakfast in bed. Anyway, that's what I'm up to today, day 11. Got a bit done, but it's raining, so I'm heading inside. It's day 12 of my 14-day isolation. I've arranged to have a video chat with my friend today, so I'll do that, and I've brewed myself a pot of tea. I also did some baking today, made myself a fruit cake. Probably can't see that from that distance, but that's my fruit cake. Very nice. Very easy to make, but takes a bit of time because you've got to soak fruit overnight. But very nice. So I'm going to have a chat with my friend Ray. Oh, I nearly forgot the strainer. That would have been a disaster. Oops. Well, only a minor disaster, but easily fixed. Right, so I will give him a call now and see what happens. Well, it's ringing, that's good. Good afternoon, Ramond. How are you?
I'm fine with this video call now. I'll take it.
Day 13 and life goes on. One of the things I am missing from Thailand is my laundry shop, so reduced to doing my own laundry for a while, I'm afraid. Yeah, going well. Had a call from New South Wales Health last night, just checking out how I was doing. It took them 11 days, 12 days to get to me, so they must be pretty busy, I'd say, checking up on people. But yeah, so I had that call early last night, and a couple of more days left, and then I'm have to go out and get some stuff. So today is just about some kind of domestic duties. And making sure I've got things in place, but day 13 all going good. 13 lucky for some. As I mentioned earlier in the video, today is day 14, the last day of my mandated self-isolation, so I thought I'd put on the party frock to celebrate, courtesy of my friend Kun Raj. Not this trip, but one of my other trips. Thank you, Raj. Always appreciate the work you do for me. Yeah, so today's day 14. It hasn't been too bad. I've been able to get food in. I had friends who brought in some supplies before I got home, so thanks Jack and Ross. So I had those supplies. I was able to get other supplies in. I was pretty lucky. Was able to get out into the backyard. People in flats don't have backyards, so I was able to get out and do some gardening and some physical work. So that was useful. All in all, it wasn't too bad. I wouldn't like to spend my entire life locked away like this, because I do like to get out. But 14 days was not too bad, and that's that's the end of the self-isolation period, unless something goes drastically wrong. Now, I had a couple of viewers of 52 Weeks ask me to do a couple of things. One of them was to do a summary of what the 14 days was like, so that's what this is. And then another one wanted me to actually do some reflection on, you know, being back in Australia, how my time in Thailand had changed things. So I'm not entirely certain I'm self-aware enough to do that effectively, but I will have a crack at that in a future video. So for those viewers who wanted me to do those things, hi, hey Dallas, hey solo traveller, I hope everybody's well. Tomorrow I'm heading out to do some stuff, have to pick up some medication, do some banking. Going to try and put some money in the bank so that I can use my electronic cards to buy stuff, and that's the mission for tomorrow. So I'll be out and about tomorrow. I'll see you soon.